Questions with Nate Chappell, Finn Hammond, and Johnny Fisher.
So, the way the several questions work is thusly. Basically, we found a machine in the woods called the Questionator 5000 that was evidently engineered to generate infinite, very silly questions. And Johnny, Finn, and me, and I have dedicated our lives to answering them all, one by one by one. When I say dedicated our lives, I mean literally. I was carrying a child out of this very office this morning in order to record this podcast. And she's large, and she was flying, she said. That's the only way I could get her to go. And so we went downstairs, navigated a pretty narrow and steep stairwell, got interrupted by a 2.5-year-old biting my leg.
Oh, my.
Got out of that, got to the hallway downstairs, and then again was being chased by the little boy, and backed up onto a cart with one of my feet, comically, as though it were a roller skate. And my leg just shot out. I crushed this wooden cart. And then,
I thought you were going to say the boy.
No, the boy was luckily fine, but I basically couldn't protect myself because I had to protect the child that I was holding.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Which I did not do a great job of anyway. So basically, we both got injured. Well,
She
fine.
really went flying.
Luckily, so here's the deal. I'm
Yeah,
an
that's what she
adult
wanted.
man, and so my bones are all done. Her bones are still like basically
They're malleable.
they're like pipe cleaners. So it's like, yeah, that one got bent a bit.
Mm-hmm.
She'll have a bruise probably, but she's fine.
But she got hurt. I'm sorry, I'm not asking about you. What?
She didn't really get hurt, is my point. She's fine.
You.
I'm more hurt than she is because I'm old, and no one was holding me.
Yeah. You absorbed all the blow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where what?
And 80 was the
cocaine
one who.
everywhere.
Good. Well,
I
good.
didn't want to name names, but yes, 80 is the one who was biting me on the stairs.
Not just where were they? Do they feel any guilt? Do they feel responsible for this incident?
80?
Yeah.
Adrian prefers he. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I didn't know if you meant that is the confusing part of it, isn't it?
You made sure you asked him.
Yeah. Do you feel bad about this? No, he did not feel bad about it. He does not get that. He's young.
Okay, gotcha. It's really dangerous business picking up kids. I picked up a kid one time.
Yeah.
Got arrested. No, I I put a kid on my shoulders. This is my little sister. I have a sister who's 20 years younger than me, and that sister had a friend, and they wanted to go uppy. So I put them on my shoulders, and they straddled my shoulders and were holding onto my head for balance. And then they started dancing or something. And at the time it didn't hurt, but then I had really, really terrible neck pain for the
Did you sue the
weeks.
kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You waited till they were 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
It was a real race for the statute of limitations. It was statute of limitations ran out days after the kid's 18th birthday, so you really had to get the paperwork in.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's just a store window.
Yeah, that's fair. I broke Wes's leg when she was dancing on my shoulders once. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. She just fell off, and I held her by her leg, and she twisted.
Oh.
It was a little what they call a spiral fracture, which is the prettiest kind of fracture.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can all agree.
Sounds not.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. It was so cute. Anyway, so do not recommend that. But never broke her leg on a slide. That's the big thing. That's what everybody yells at you about, is if you take your kid on a slide, you can break their leg.
Oh.
Wow. What do you mean?
They can get caught underneath your leg pretty easily.
Oh, I see. So you take them down on the slide with you.
On your lap, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. That seems...
I actually saw it happen once, too.
Oh, dang.
I'd already known about this. And then I saw it happen to somebody. And I would,
Jeep.
but the way I do it is I prop them up so their legs are draped over my arms. My arm, like, so they're on my lap, plus boosted, their legs are boosted up over my arms crossed in front of me, so that they can't get caught anywhere.
They can't do anything.
And that way, if I stop really fast, they launch way out fast too. They're like already in like a tuck, so they flip
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's like a cannonball kind of
Yeah,
situation.
exactly. It is a cannonball. Let's go to the Let's go to the video. Let's go to the tape. That's what I'm gonna say for some reason. Let's go to the tape. First question.
What's a small, dumb mistake you keep making?
Man. I mean, there's a lot of them, I guess.
Don't say this show.
Yeah, stop pointing at your hat that has the logo of our show on it.
And say this.
And say not the hat. The hat was a good decision. I'm talking about doing
Was.
the show over and over again.
Okay, I'll stop.
Thanks, John. That's all we asked.
You know, I have this weird situation where I see 3s as 5s and 5s as 3s. Not all the time, but
You
sometimes.
talking about how hot people are?
Yes.
What a specific
Yeah.
mistake and like inconsequential mistake to have.
You had 2 points.
Yeah, to the middle. So now, do you see it as, or you ingest it as? In other words, like, do you literally see it as that,
I
or do you
literally
just kind
think that that's a 5, and then I'll go back to look at it again, and it's magically a 3. And I'm like, so I'm either wrong this time, or I was wrong that first time.
I'm trying to think of what could account for that, so to speak. Account, you know what I mean? Accounting, numbers, math.
Yeah. That's good.
Maybe, I mean, there are both squiggly. I will say Wes kind of has trouble making them. They sometimes end up as each other.
Yeah,
I think they're very similar kind of looking if they're written incorrectly or not well. Or
Yeah, like if a 3 is written as a 5, it looks a lot like a 5. My daughter writes a 3 sometimes.
It's a problem.
Did you happen to discover this when you came to my daughter's garage sale? Because it might not be your fault. That one is on her, I think.
So is it? This is garage
Well,
sale.
I mean, it's problematic for me at work since I look at a lot of numbers.
Yeah,
They're so close to each other. Those numbers,
they're
you know what I
basically
mean?
the same.
It's essentially the same thing.
They're
Oh,
both
can I have $3? Can I have $5?
What's the big deal? Just give me $2 extra.
Give me $2 extra.
Or 5 could be 3.
And if you do it consistently, wait, hold on. So do you think you mistake 3s for 5s more, or 5s for 3s more, or is it about the same?
You know, I've never really kind of thought about it, but it's probably about the same.
Okay.
Like
I was just wondering if maybe there's some sort of confirmation bias of like dealing with 5s is easier than dealing with 3s. So your brain is just kind of like, I would like that to be a 5, please.
Yeah.
Let's make this easier.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like to count in 3s, though.
Okay.
Oh, there's your problem.
Let's hear it.
You like to count.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
Do you just
18,
like it because it
21.
says 6, 9 right next to each other?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You like
That's
that
really my
one?
favorite part.
And then after that, you just kind of peter out. You just like saying numbers now. It's just those first few that I really like.
That's a pretty good mistake. I mean, that sounds frustrating.
That is a good one. Good job,
What
John.
Thanks.
You've done really well here today.
You're good at fucking things up.
I'll say mine is, I think you guys probably already know this one, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. My major one is if I'm trying to pull up Google Maps, I'll often pull up Google Drive because I'm driving when I need the map usually.
Yeah.
And so I hit Google Drive, and I also store them on my phone right next to each other, just as like a test to see how
good are
much
you
I
today?
will fuck it up. Yeah, exactly. Where are you at right now, bud? Where's your executive function here? That's like a little check-in,
Right.
and it's always bad.
And it's after you started the car and are driving it.
Yeah.
What's
Called Google
the?
Drive somewhere.
It's good. They could have changed the name.
It does.
I'm gonna
just
put
seem
this on Google. Like, why is it called Drive? Hard drive?
'cause that's a hard drive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
digital
okay.
hard drive.
Okay,
Okay, that's pretty good.
that's a pretty good explanation. Why
What
don't I call
about
it Google Hard?
What about Google Lockbox?
Oh.
Yeah, or Google Drop.
Gorgle.
What if you called it Gorgle Dropbox?
Dropbox?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Dropbox.
There's so many. I'm just like, they could have called it so many things.
I mean, I think they
Dropbox.
should have called it Google Hard.
Do you think Google?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Google Navigator. What about Navitron?
Oh.
Could have called Netscape.
Yeah, it's free. The domain is free.
Google get me there.
DuckDuckGo.
GMT.
Where
Ask.
Ask Jeeves.
Jeez, yeah.
Ask Drive. Wait, which were we
Ask-
naming? I forgot. Do you think was Google Drive first or Google Maps first? That's the age-old question.
You like the
Which
maps.
came first?
Maps.
I think Maps. Good question. Yeah.
Yeah, so they could
Yeah,
have really
because-
gone anywhere with that Google Drive thing.
Oh,
Do you think that maybe do they get some sort of statistic every time I accidentally open Google Drive? So like it actually helps them
Oh yeah.
because they know I'm not going to use Maps on my iPhone. That's not the app I'm going for, even if no matter how confusing this is for me, I'm not going to ditch Google Maps honestly. So
Word.
I mean, what you
I
should do is
accidentally got set
download.
up in satellite mode, and it's terrible. It's horrible to look at.
Oh yeah, and it loads.
And it's
it
definitely a
takes
thing that I
longer.
only notice when I'm driving, so like I don't have time or like I can't fix it. So then
Not
every time I'm
useful.
like, oh, and it's just like it still tells me where to go and stuff, but it like is like way too much information. Like I get scared. You're up so high, and just
Word.
gives me a little vertigo.
Oh yeah, that's scary. Looks like you're gonna fall, and it's harder to tell what's going on.
It really is not good. Not good. What about you, Finn? Do you have any? You don't make mistakes, really.
I don't make mistakes. I do make. Oh, I do
Oopsies.
actually make. Yeah. I was just organizing my workspace before this, and I always have this pencil graveyard, or pen writing utensil graveyard, where
Is it-
like it's.
Like in a cup or anything, or like a cylinder, or you just have it laying on the desk, like a whole
I have
bunch.
I have this organizational tray.
Oh, okay. Try.
In this case, but there's often a drawer or a cup or a jar or something, and it's just a bunch of pens that I don't use, like that are dead, that like have no ink in them, and I don't like throw them away.
So you just
And
pick
of-
one up, try to write, and put it back.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I just like think it's gonna come back or whatever.
Well, I think
Yeah,
that's really something great about your character, your view of forgiveness and like the
Really
ability
believe in
to
zombies.
change. And you believe in zombies. You believe in
Yeah,
zombies. You do.
yeah, it's like a
You
supernatural thing mostly.
Seasoned belief in zombies.
Yeah.
Exactly, Johnny. Johnny gets it. All right, next question.
What was your most uncomfortable Halloween costume?
In third grade, I was a die. I was part of a pair of dice. My friend was one dice and I was the other. And it was a cardboard box that my mother had cut holes in. So one on the top and two for my arms. So not fitted for a human. I knocked over my third grade teacher's favorite coffee mug and like shattered it on the floor. And then
That's on her,
I just
though.
That is so sad that you remember that.
yeah. They said, "Oh, that was my favorite mug." I remember that. Yeah. And I just like stood there helpless. I couldn't lean down and pick it up.
Oh, yeah,
I was just like,
I'll get that tomorrow.
yeah, I get you. I
Hey,
got you.
roll the dice, you know?
Yeah, this is a roll that, yeah.
That was very
People
sad.
like
And,
try to
And
throw
then
you
I
down the
remember-
hallway.
yeah, there was, yeah, that's what he did. He said, I'll give you a roll. Okay. And then I remember trick or treating. I went to like an apartment complex for part of trick or treating, and there was like we had several jams where me and my friend, both dressed as huge die, like confronted someone who was like dressed as a pizza or something like that, and we had to like all back away, like walk backwards because we're all in our. So that's
Met in
probably
a hallway and you got stuck and you're oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only one
Exactly.
bathroom in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said about my costume. Also,
What about you, John?
I think
Okay.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of similar to Finn's, where it was more awkward because it was one of my favorite Halloween costumes too. I basically dressed as a zombie hunter. So I was a dead hunter, so I had a hunter's jacket on, but I had taken a real arrow and broke it in half and then had like one poking out the front, one poking out the back. I just attached it to make it look like I was going through and then put blood and stuff down. But since it was, a real arrow with a real tip and everything, it was rather dangerous. And I was running into shit with it all the time.
And it's at eye level. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Well, I was a kid, so, and rather short. So it was probably more like thigh. Like, just
So
stabbing
thigh
people in the
levels.
legs.
That's
Yes,
what
thigh
that's
level.
what Finn said. You're just gonna hear it
Mhm.
cut
Oh,
off
yeah.
the beginning of his
Right.
word.
you're making thigh contact.
Thigh contact. So yeah, that sounds.
Did you
dangerous.
hurt? Did someone get hurt?
Did you find any zombies?
No,
Or you
no.
were a zombie hunter,
I
not a
was.
zombie hunter. This is like the monkey salesman question that I always ask.
Mhm.
My question being, if you imagine a monkey salesman, is it a monkey selling stuff, or is it somebody selling monkeys, a person selling monkeys? Zombie hunter is that too. A zombie hunter or a zombie hunter, right?
You were a hunter originally,
Mhm.
and then you got in a freak accident where someone shot you in the head with an arrow.
With a zombie arrow.
With a zombie, you got bitten by a radioactive zombie
It went
arrow.
through a zombie and then hit him.
Yeah.
So zombie,
that.
zombie brain blood got on him.
I kind of like that
Thank you.
scenario.
So much. I'm working on a spec script for The Walking Dead. I just hope I'm not too late. I feel like I have been sitting on this for too long now. But it's still worth a shot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. My most uncomfortable Halloween costume was, so uncomfortable in two ways, but still also very comfortable and easy. And I wore it a few years. I dressed up as a giant baby. So at parties, it was funny, and I would just wear a diaper and no shirt and a bonnet, and there was this giant safety pin
Oh
that was
my
part of the costume.
god.
And it was like a giant diaper, and then like these big baby shoes,
Mhm.
They were like, anyway. So that was pretty funny and fun, but pretty cold on one Halloween in particular. But it was still fun. I was drinking then, so it was easier to deal with the cold.
Did you
What?
utilize that? Did you utilize the diaper?
Yeah, I don't know.
For
No, but we
authenticity?
definitely talked about it a lot. That was a big source of discussion of like you could totally just wear a diaper under there. But the most uncomfortable part about that costume was that I dressed up as a giant baby for work as a waiter at Pedro's Mexican restaurant on the west side, and I was the only one that dressed up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so and I wore a shirt for that one, but it was like
Oh,
this little shirt that my girlfriend that I borrowed from my girlfriend that was like a baby tee and had like puffins on it or something.
That's good.
And I'm wearing a bonnet and stuff. Anyway, my tips were not good that day. I'll say that.
Did you check your
Did
diaper?
anyone ask you like,
I did.
so why are you the only one dressed
What
up?
are
They
you-
probably
what are
didn't even
you?
know you were dressed up. Just thought you were weird.
Uh-huh. That's a big
Yeah.
pacifier too. Fast forward 5 years, I get in a fender bender. My fender falls off of my gold Hyundai Excel hatchback.
Mm.
And I have that safety pin still in my car for some reason. And I use that to put my fender back on, to hold my fender back on, and it
Nice.
stays like that for a while. I leave it
Um,
on, and you
Yeah.
can see it. I left the safety, like the parts are still on there. It looks like a safety pin. It's very funny. It was very funny.
Hmm.
Because it was
That's
made
awesome.
of metal. It was like,
It's a real safety pin.
I mean, it was almost like a real scaled up safety pin without the sharp bit.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Sounds like-
and it had
sounds
like
like-
a pink plastic safety pin part. You know how
Oh,
baby
nice. Nice.
pins.
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that?
Sounds like something everyone should keep in their car is a giant.
Well, it's safety. Safety first. You know, I always say that, Finn. I can't stop saying it. Anyway,
Yeah.
safety first. Next question.
If you were offered the opportunity to fill a backyard in-ground pool with anything you wanted, what would you fill it with?
Oh, well, this is really easy for me. This is like a softball to me. It would be Jell-O.
Yeah.
Because I need to test this thing I've constantly been talking about whether or not if you jumped into a pool filled with Jell-O, you would hit the bottom.
Mm.
I think there's definitely at least one episode you can go back and listen to, and then probably an episode of The Last Show on Earth that you could go back and check. What you could have a lot of conversations with me over the last 30 years about this if you want to. But yes, that is definitely because let's just review our opinions. If you jumped into a pool filled, like let's say 8 feet deep, filled with Jell-O, would you hit the bottom? Finn, what do you think?
I think my answer is yes.
Johnny, what do you think?
If it was normal Jell-O, yes. If it was finger Jell-O, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's normal Jell-O, standard Jell-O,
Yeah, I
nothing
mean-
fancy.
I think
No
it would
jigglers.
create quite a little ripple thing going on, but you would definitely hit the bottom eventually. Might be a slow hit.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
That's
it,
Sink
like
Bayou
eventually.
jump.
you would like the Jell-O would get displaced. Like it could go up, right?
Right.
And as long as there's some place for it to go,
It would also compress, like it's soft enough that it will compress to displace. You know, it will like displace
Oh, I
it that
see.
way too. So it'll go to the side and then up, I guess.
you know what? I think that's kind of in my experience, like it's really easy to cut through, kind of, you know?
Mhm.
It's
Right.
more fragile than you might guess.
Indeed, it is crumbly almost.
Yeah.
Like once you disrupt the surface tension, it's crumbly. So I think you would just go through. That's totally the right answer. But I would say most people, or I would say it's 50-50 maybe on what people think, which just goes to show that 50% of the people are stupid.
Absolutely.
What would you
This
guys
sounds
fill
like
a background pool with? Sorry.
Money.
But it,
Good one.
That'd be funny, but it's like pennies or something.
Still be a lot, probably. What do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you filled an in-ground pool, so that's like probably a little bigger of a pool than those little big those round above
Mhm.
ground ones.
Word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet if you filled that with pennies, how much money do you think that would be? Let's all think of an answer and then we'll say it at the same time.
Okay. The pool I'm imagining. 100. What is 100?
It's kind of like the background pools you'd see on TV is what I'm imagining. Like not at the super rich people's houses, but like, you know, the people like that have a pool and a TV
a
show.
moderately rich person.
Yeah, rich for our standards, but like
Yeah.
not bonkers.
Rich for a rich
I'm not talking like Greek columns surrounding a marble pool. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm saying.
Olympic size or anything.
Yeah, no.
$50,000.
We were all going to say it at the
Oh
same
yeah,
time.
jeez.
Oh, ready?
You got to change it just a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2,
2,
1.
$1.
$50,000.
$50,000.
I just said yours. No, I would say $100,000. And you say $1 million
I think it'd get to $1 million. Yeah.
with pennies?
Mhm.
Okay, well, you know what that sound means. It's time to move on to what you guys would like to. Oh, money. How about you, John?
I don't know. I think
Cream?
I'd do pudding just because I like it. And be a lot of it. Be good.
Well, that's funny that I picked Jello and you picked pudding just for fun.
Mhm.
It kind of insults me. I'll be honest with you guys that none of you picked Jello, just to like
I like
finally
pudding more.
help me.
Mm.
Do you would you hit the bottom with Jello?
The pudding?
Yeah, sorry. I just keep
Um,
asking the same question. I'm truly insane.
Jello pudding?
Christmas. Yes,
I
Jello.
think you would. I think it'd be the same deal that would kind of slow you down. It'd be a
I
pain
kind of
to get
don't know
out.
if you would because I think it has buoyancy. I think you would have buoyancy in pudding, but I'm not
Mhm.
sure about that. It seems liquid enough that it won't compress and displace quite
Maybe
the
you
same
gotta
way.
kind of do like a loop, like you do in the water. It kind of pushes you back up, and you kind of float
I think
up.
you would just go kind of like mud just up to your neck or something,
Mm.
or maybe deeper. But I just mean 8. I don't think I'd get 8 feet down, but maybe I would actually. Pudding is really thick.
It'd be hard to get out, I think.
Oh, it'd be impossible. And you'd probably die. You'd probably drown because it's not like it won't.
But what a way
You
to
can't
go.
because you can't breathe under
Yeah,
pudding.
right.
Just
One.
what a way.
What? A weem away?
Oh, just imagine I can't think of a better way of going out than eating pudding.
He died
I guess
doing
Jello.
what he loved, drowning in pudding. All right. Well, that's all the questions we have for today. Now, get out there, ask questions, be curious, not furious, and always remember you can't spell ellipses without lips. Is that right? For Jimmy Dingus and Fish Nichols, I'm Nate Robinson. And this is Real Questions. That was pretty good on the top of my head.
Thank you for listening to Several Questions, a production of Wolf Out Radio. Click on the link in the show notes for more Wolf Out shows.